I don't even know how to start this. This has been my 10th time trying to start this podcast. I have the dog barking at other dogs walking by. There were 4 huskies walking by and he completely went bonkers, and I've got the kids in the background. You're gonna hear doors closing and shutting, and my husband is out food shopping right now, so I have no show notes because I decided I am just gonna sit down and do this. It has been 6 months and it's been ridiculous. So welcome to the 34th, I believe, episode of the New England Gal podcast. If you have stuck around and you are here after a 6-month hiatus, thank you so much for tuning in and staying with me. And for any new viewer, thank you so much for checking this episode out. It's gonna be a little bit crazy and I apologize because no show notes. It's been 6 months. I've kind of pulled out things I've worked on in the last 2 weeks because I typically, before my 6-month break, podcast every 2 weeks. So I kind of just pulled that type of stuff together to share with you, although I have a feeling this is going to be a long-winded podcast and I apologize in advance. I am going to start off with what I am wearing. I am wearing the Felix Pullover, and I knit this because I'm absolutely crazy in August out of Let Lopey because the hottest part of the summer deserved me to knit a sweater with the warmest wool there is. But here is a leftover skein of Let Lopey, and it's color 9431, and it's odd. I ordered the right amount of skeins for the size sweater I wanted to knit, yet I still had 2 skeins left, so I think I'm going to knit Larka from Fiber Tales. It has a pair of socks knit out of Let Lopey, so I think I am going to go ahead and knit those socks with the leftover 2 skeins. It'll be nice and toasty for the winter for my feet and use them as slippers around the house. But that is what I am wearing. As far as finished objects, I have none. The last 6 months, there's just been a lot of little things going on that just kept me busy and not having a lot of time to do things and knitting. And just to show you too how lazy I've been with my knitting, I have balls flying over here anyways. I have had these 2 socks sitting on my dining room table for 3 months. They just need to be Kitchenered off. And it's bad because I have the 2 finished socks. So I have a pair basically done, and I've been so lazy. I've taken 3 months and I haven't Kitchenered them off. I think I will Kitchener the toes when I edit this video and get them done, so I can just add them to my sock collection, because we are in November. I almost said October, but it is November 2nd, so we are in November and it's starting to finally get chilly here. I have to say we had a very warm October, so there was not a whole lot of sweater weather. There was a lot of t-shirts still being worn, so I can finally start breaking out my woolly socks. But you guys have probably seen this one before. These were supposed to be my Christmas socks for last year, and didn't make it for Christmas last year, but I will have them ready to go this year for Christmas. And this is knit out of Once Upon a Corgi in her Peppermint Mocha colorway, and it's her Corriedale nylon base. I believe it's called the Marie Cutie base, but I'll have to double check and I'll put it down below. And I love working with this yarn. I have another skein of hers in that same Corriedale nylon base, and I can't wait to break that out and knit another pair of socks with those. So love these, can't wait to have them for Christmas this year. And then these I knit this summer, and this is the Yarn Jars Flip Flop colorway. I love these colors. These I took with me to the beach, and this is what I knit on every time we went to Newport this summer. And then I just used a cream, I think it's just the Lion brand sock yarn, cream color for the heels and toes on that. But it'll be nice to get these off the needles. It has been, like I said, on my dining room table, to where my husband has been like, you gonna finish those anytime soon? So this is the way the last 6 months have been going. I do have 2 sweaters on the needles right now, and I'm both up to the sleeves on both of them. So I'm finding that had I done one sweater at a time, I probably would have had them both done by now. But now that I am just on the sleeves, I'm feeling it's kind of tedious, and that excitement of the yoke and the body are kind of done. But the first sweater I am working on here is a Jennifer Stein Gas sweater, and this is her Athleta sweater. So here we go, which is colorwork yoke from the 4 Huskies are back. Sorry about that. They are beautiful, and I love my miniature husky, and he sheds like you wouldn't believe. And this woman walks with her 4 huskies every single day, and all I can think about is I cannot imagine the amount of fur in her house when my 20-pound husky, Lego, hi, shh, when my 20-pound husky leaves fur everywhere. Anyways, I have absolutely loved knitting this. It flew, the body, the yoke flew. I am knitting this out of, I did warn you at the beginning of the podcast that this was going to be a mess, and I am sorry. It is going to be a lot of background noise between the dog and the kids, but I am knitting this out of Pletlopi, I think is how you say it. So it is the plates of basically unspun Icelandic wool, and as you can see, it kind of comes right apart. It has, as a tight knitter, it has been a real challenge. I've had to hold my yarn so that I'm not tensioning it around my pinky. The one good thing is that with this, it is very easy to, you know, pull it apart and easily felt it back together. So, but it's kind of pulled apart, and I've had to put it back together multiple times because, like I said, I am a very tight knitter. But I can't wait to get this done. It's my husband, who has kind of no opinion on my knitting. That sounds horrible, but you know, he tells me my things are nice, but he really kind of has no thoughts on my knitting. This is his favorite thing I've ever knit, and he just absolutely keeps telling me how much he loves it, which makes me feel good. I did switch up. Number one, I did mess up on the top color work here. This is not supposed to be a straight down. These white lines are supposed to be broken up a little bit. So I messed up on that. And then I did change, this is all supposed to be garter at the bottom, and then it's supposed to be garter at the ends of the sleeves. I decided to do ribbing. I have one sweater that has the garter on the bottom, and even though I switched the smaller needles, I feel like it kind of flares out, and I didn't want that with this sweater, so I just did a 1x1 ribbing at the bottom, and then I'll do the 1x1 ribbing at the end of the sleeves. So this has been such a pleasure to knit. It's kind of nice to try something different for the yarn. Like I said, it's been a little bit of a challenge, but at the same time, the yarn breaks and it's very easily put back together. And actually, while I'm on it, I just want to share, this is Jinjin Handmade, one of her bags, and she's on Etsy. I'll put her link below. The bag is so well made. I absolutely adore it. It's drawstring, which I love because as klutzy as I am, my yarn normally ends up in my zippers, but there are just, I'm gonna see, a ton of pockets on the inside as well. And it's huge. It fits my sweater. I have my two notion pouches in here right now. It's been great. I love this bag. So that is the first sweater I've been working on. And the second sweater, I don't even have in a bag. Let me grab this here. So I have, like I said, it's a complete and utter mess. Most of my projects aren't in bags. I've had them on my dining room table, which has been driving my husband crazy. But here is my second sweater, and this is a cardigan. It is the Stillwater by Marie Green, and it has, let's see, faux needles going up the front. I am knitting this out of Brooklyn Tweed Shelter in the Hayloft colorway, and I have the body done. I am almost done this sleeve, and then I have just the second sleeve, and I have to pick up for the neckline. But this fits really, really well, and I can't wait to get this done. It's funny, I love a good cardigan and throwing it over a t-shirt, yet I've only ever knit one cardigan. This is my second cardigan that I'm working on, so I can't wait to have this one done and added to my collection. I love knitting in the round, and I think that's why I just prefer to knit pullovers, because it's in the round, there's no going back and forth. And not that I mind purling, I'm a flicker, and I find I am just as fast purling as I am knitting.